I said that I was not going to make a video on this. I was like, this is not news video worthy, which is true. And this is not going to be a like news video. I'm going to be telling you guys about something that's kind of going on in the streaming industry right now. And I see it becoming a bigger, more widely seen issue in the pretty near future. So for a little bit of background, there's a YouTuber who goes by Alpha Gaming, but a lot of people know him as Harris Heller. He has done YouTube for a while on that channel, and he really dominates the like streaming education market. And I dare say that he is one of the most influential people in this niche of like streamer education. There are a lot of YouTubers that are in that space and they maybe do other stuff primarily. Like, you know, you've got your Linus Tech Tips, which are obviously a much bigger YouTubing company, and they every now and then make a video about streaming gear. But to say that that is like their focus would be a hyperbole, to say the least. But I do think that he often has some pretty interesting stuff to say. And what I find my value in with Harris Heller is not so much just watching his videos and taking his advice, but more so watching his videos and observing what he's doing. I think he's a good example of an entrepreneur and an influencer who has really come in and grabbed this audience by the balls. And anyway, what happened is Harris recently quit streaming on Twitch to go full-time on streaming on YouTube. And this was really, really surprising because most of his content has been about like how to grow on Twitch. And here he is, you know, breaking that mold and streaming on YouTube instead. And he made a video talking about it. And he said that he had made this decision like 5 or 6 months ago, but he was in a partnered contract with Twitch, couldn't just up and leave. And so he had been reaching out, you know, trying to get some information on when his contract would end, so that way he could then leave and stream on YouTube.
I've actually been planning this move for a while. I think it was like 5 or 6 months ago when I first told Twitch that I didn't want my partnership contract to renew so that I could start streaming on YouTube.
And in his video, he basically says, you know, he kind of got ghosted. Like they didn't really, you know, tell him anything about it. And then eventually one day he just gets an email and they're like,
they kept saying, if I want to know when it's going to end, I need to find my original partnership contract email and find it in there, which just frankly was not going to happen. And then on Friday, I got this super inconspicuous email that didn't even say the word Twitch in it. I happened to open it on accident and it said, oh, by the way, your partnership contract is ending tomorrow.
To give you guys some background, I made the switch to go to YouTube before it was cool. Look, I know I did this back in November of last year. I had been making YouTube videos and also streaming on Twitch. And then I made the jump to just go do everything on YouTube. I was like, why am I trying to grow an audience on Twitch? Like, I'm growing an audience on YouTube to bring them over to Twitch. Why would I do that when I could just stream on YouTube and have all my viewers in one place and not have to worry about like migrating and everything? Made perfect sense. Plus, I thought that like the YouTube membership function was a lot better than Twitch subs and everything. So I was like, honestly, this is great. With the way that Twitch had such a long response to DMCA issues and other really, really big plaguing issues that are going on in the community and have been for a while, what really wasn't one particular issue or one particular instance alone that made me say, maybe this is not where I want to build my career at. It was more so just a general realization that I feel like Amazon, the owner of Twitch, looks at Twitch as like a little side project, and the moment that it is more of a burden than it's worth, or the moment that it quits bringing in enough money, they're done with it and they're going to pawn it off to somebody else. Whereas YouTube has been around for years, and YouTube I don't see just going somewhere as willy-nilly. Whereas I could see in the next 5, maybe 10 years, Amazon basically being done with Twitch, unless it undergoes something huge and they're able to kind of turn it around. I see Twitch becoming more of a problem for Amazon than it is good. You know, when legal issues like DMCAs happen, I really see Amazon just saying, nope, we're done with this. We're going to sell it to somebody else, and then it could probably go down the dumpster, or it could get better after that. Who knows? They both want to be the biggest and best streaming platform on the internet. Nobody is in this game for second place when we're talking about $1 million deals to get, you know, content creators exclusively on their platform. And now, granted, that's not going on a lot these days. I think all of the platforms learned their lesson on those you know, multi-million-dollar exclusive deals, and that it's better to just build a community up and spend that money on making the platform itself a good experience for the viewer. So it's not like I was expecting YouTube to offer Harris like some multi-million-dollar contract, but I think every single company in the industry knows what kind of influence Harris has, and that every aspiring wannabe streamer and even, mid-tier streamers that are doing it full time and even a good bit of high-tier streamers that are making a killing on Twitch and YouTube, Harris can tell people to do just about anything, and a good amount of people are going to do that, no questions asked. So what shocks me is that Harris Heller reached out to Twitch and was basically like,
I am moving my live stream from Twitch to YouTube.
The fact that Twitch's reaction and response was to ghost him and then eventually just say, hey, yeah, it's done. You're good to go. Instead of them coming to him and saying, hey, so, this is when your contract ends, but we'd like to talk to you about renewal. We'd like to work out a better deal. Something like that, something to retain Harris really blows my mind. And it further proves my theory that, Twitch is kind of just a little side project for Amazon. And again, I'm not expecting, Twitch to offer Harris millions of dollars to stay or anything.
And by the way, this isn't a sponsored deal or anything. YouTube's not paying me to move. In fact, the Harris Heller YouTube channel, as of filming this, it's not even monetized right now. This isn't like a short-term cash grab or anything. In fact, the first couple months after the move, I'll probably lose like $5,000 to $10,000 a month.
But I do think that it would have been for sure in their best interest to at least take him more seriously when he reached out wanting to know his contract's expiration date. And I mean, talk to him at the very least, something like offer him a better percentage on gratuity or something, man. And I think that that's something that we all need to realize is that Twitch just totally let Harris Heller go because naturally, Harris has said that he's not like blasting Twitch or anything like that.
This is not a move against Twitch.
He's not even at this time recommending that everybody switches over to YouTube.
Plus, I got a lot of tweets about people asking if they should follow me and also switch to YouTube. And I want to make sure that my decision doesn't make you do anything rash.
He just, is saying that it was a good decision for him in his particular instance. And so he went with it. But he's not currently, advocating that everybody else does it or anything like that. But let's give it 6 months or a year. And I really could foresee Harris making a lot of videos on educating people on how to stream on YouTube, which I think is the biggest gap. I think a lot of people would like to go live on YouTube, but it takes just a couple extra steps that you don't have to do on Twitch. And therefore, a lot of people will go with Twitch just because it saves them that 1 or 2 extra steps. You might have to watch a couple extra videos or read a couple extra guides or spend a couple extra minutes playing around with YouTube's UI to figure out how to go live effectively. But I think once Harris gets in and starts seeing how, in my opinion, YouTube is a much better experience for the viewer and for the streamer, and he starts making videos exposing that to more people, then I do think that a lot of people are going to jump ship. I checked some stats, and currently it doesn't look like week over week there's been a big change in like amount of streamers. In fact, if anything, it's kind of gone up a little bit. So I am glad that people aren't just blindly following him and saying, all right, well, I'm going to go stream on YouTube too. But I do think that it's going to give him some good stuff to talk about on his channel. And then YouTube just scores a massive W, not even having to pay him into like some exclusive deal. Like props to you guys, YouTube. I know they were rejoicing when that happened. So yeah, I just basically can't believe that Twitch just let him go like that, just kind of dicked him around at the very end of his contract. And I think that it's very telling of the state of Twitch right now that they just let that happen. And I think a lot of people are not going to jump ship right now, but I do think in about a year, we're going to see a major change, probably even less time than that in the streaming industry. And I want you guys to all keep an eye on that. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more information about streaming and how-to guides and talking about the industry. Also, go check out my main channel. Links for all that will be in the description below, and go join our Discord server. But anyway, guys, for now, I would like to thank you all for watching. I hope you have a nice day, and goodbye.